It's the 1st of October today!
Okay, actually it's the 19th of October, but you know what? It'll make sense in a second. So in February of 2018, the YouTuber Rob Scallon, who is known for his weird music content including metal with not metal instruments and learning how to play odd instruments, made a video called Making a Song in an Hour.
The challenge today is I want to record a song in 1 hour, and not just record, but write and record everything from start to finish.
It was a fun and novel concept, and while I don't think the end product was anything to write home about, it was really a test to see if he had the musical technical prowess to make a functioning song in such a short time frame. And that's probably where it would have ended, until his fellow YouTuber friend Andrew Huang, known for his musical educational videos and making songs with not instruments, made a video called Making a Song in 59 minutes.
So Rob Scallon recently put out a video where he was making a song in an hour, and a lot of people said that I should try this challenge as well. And then, I thought it would be funny. Let's just make this competitive. I'm gonna make a song in 59 minutes.
And then Rumi Official made Making a Song in 58 minutes. And then Rob came back with Making a Song in 57 minutes. And it became a running joke between the channels for a few months there until Rob finally made Making a 3-minute song in 30 seconds, which officially ended the saga once and for all. Right? Rob's last video on the saga came out May 21st, 2018, but the next October, something magical happened.
We rented the studio for 1-day session. Me and my good friend Andrew Huang are gonna try our best to have an album by the end of the day. The engineer doesn't know that we also haven't written any of it.
Now, to be fair, I don't actually know if their Song in an Hour saga inspired this project, or if it had any relation at all, but I would find it hard to believe the antithesis. Either way, they did it! They wrote 10 separate songs in 10 hours. But while I don't think either of them officially released any of the music from their previous challenges, they actually released the album they made in a day under the band name 1st of October, named after the day they did this all on. The songs from this album, named 10 Hours, were a bit of a mixed bag, not only in quality but also in genre. From soft acoustic ballads to heavy metal songs about not going to my house, to more ambient tracks like possible band names, to whatever genre Two Friends is. The way they structured their day made it so that while some of the songs had long, thought-out lyrics, others were just whatever the person on the mic felt like yapping about. That's how you get a song called Spoilers for Playdead's Inside. But at the end of that fateful day, the band broke up. I mean, of course, Rob and Andrew were still friends, but don't worry, we always have 2819. Yes, that's right, this wasn't a one-off thing. They came back bigger and better, and with more hours to the clock so that they could have lunch, and also a piano! And a synth, but I don't think they use that much. All in all, the second year wasn't too terribly different from the first, but we do start to see several trends starting up, like several songs involving food, including the famous Ravioli, or the start of the band's obsession with making a hit Halloween song. Also, the band notably managed to manage their time a bit worse this year. I mean, they literally had to label a song, "We didn't have time to get lyrics on this one." But despite it all, they managed to create some of my favorite songs this year, and the name 1st of October was officially cemented with the power ballad of the same name. But unfortunately, in 2020, the 1st of October was cancelled. No, go look at your calendars, it's not there! No, but I think everybody was a bit too busy this year for other reasons? So let's fast forward to 2021 and my favorite album from this band. Right off the bat, they rescheduled their days so that instead of writing all the music and then doing the lyrics and vocals at the end of the day like they had in previous years, they instead had to finish each of the songs completely before moving on to the next one. Also, they were in Andrew's home country, Canada, because honestly, I have no idea. It was a year of ends and beginnings. Because they were in Canada halfway through the day, they were visited by Andrew's wife and baby, which inspired him to write the song Miracle, which started a whole new tradition. It was also the end of the Greg tradition, with a song of his name, and also the entire album was technically named after him. Well, I guess technically he could come back at any time. Watch this video age poorly. It was also interesting how this year, more than ever, had such a variety of genre. It was almost like every song had a completely different thing going for it. From the heavy metal songs about Rob's mom, to soft, thoughtful apology metals, to the Weezers. One of the main reasons for this is they started to get a very wide variety of instruments as opposed to the second and especially the first year. It's a lot easier to write new songs when you're on a new instrument for each of them. Honestly, I find this aspect of the 1st of October the most fascinating. Most bands make a name for themselves by having a distinct sound that you always know and love. Meanwhile, the 1st of October, I doubt any single person in the world can genuinely say that they love every single one of their songs. But I also doubt you can find a single person in the world who doesn't love at least one of them. This is also a very important time to point out that the band isn't always necessarily PG behind the scenes, so be aware.
I think we gotta say it's been coming instead of now I'm
Is that what I said?
My favorite thing from this year is at the end of the day, they had 3 minutes left and they weren't doing anything else, so what did? They wrote an 11th song. So technically, if they ever wanted to, they could leave out a song in a future album and still be okay. I think. 2022. This year they had shirts and cassettes and for some reason woke up this morning and chose metal. This has got to be one of the most disproportionately metal songs of the whole album. And also remember when I said in every album they tried to out-monster the Mash with a Halloween song? This album had 4 of them! And I can't even say that they were consistently consistent because they also made a country bluegrass song thing. What? At least we got another miracle with Love to Say I Love You. And it's in the correct place in the album this year instead of at the very beginning. What was the goal of that last year? It's at this point I would like to point out that this isn't a 2-player band. I mean it is, but there's so much more than just Andrew and Rob. Of course we got the folks running the cameras who not only do the important job of making sure that everything's recorded and making sure that everything runs smoothly, but also help with lyrics and stuff. Wait, is that Tamara Chambers from Nostalgia Critic?
What do you mean she's married to Rob?
If I had a nickel. This joke would land so much better if I didn't have to cut out talking about Malcolm Ray in the last video because I miscredited who he voice acted. But there's also Rob Rusha, the engineer, songmister, and longtime friend of Rob Scallon. I think we all secretly love this bald man because he's kind of the dad of the band, always keeping the duo on track and making sure they're not breaking things, which they still do. Now the next year, 2023, something interesting happened. I guess Rob and Andrew were tired of only getting to make songs on the one day out of the year because they started a new show on Andrew's channel called Sonic, where every couple of weeks they would do fun music challenge, like recreating a song from just album art to making an entire song together without talking. And while this isn't necessarily 1st of October related, I do think this is an interesting note. But while this was happening, something was going on with Rob Scallon. I'm not gonna get into it with this video, but when 1st of October rolled around, he was not feeling his best.
Anyway, so they decided to go to England to record the entire album in Abbey Road. That's right, the Abbey Road.
The jet lag, Rob's sickness, of having completely different instruments than they were used to, set up this year to be a complete whiplash from last year's super energetic experience. You know something's off when the heaviest song of the album is one of this year's miracles. I mean, shoot. One of the songs they left completely instrumental, which I guess was never against the rules. You know what? I'm using the 11th song from 2021 and saying that this is payment for this. Have a good day, sir. Overall, this album felt a lot more Beatles-y than normal. I mean, it makes sense. And also, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. No, stop looking at my second channel. And now, here we are in 2024, where it's the 1st of October. Just kidding. We don't know the details, but something happened involving COVID, and now the 1st of October was pushed to the 19th of October. This is truly unprecedented times. What's gonna happen? I don't know. If all goes to plan, Rob and Andrew are recording right now, assuming that you're watching this on the day it came out. So I guess go watch all of the other 1st of October videos until they get this year's video out, and consider subscribing to me. I'm Joel Lamb. Have a wonderful day. Bye.